So continuing with this case study now, the amount of free cash flow for the 5 years is right in front of you as 263, 300, 343, 391, 448, and the free cash flow for the terminal period is 9085. We also have got the discount factors, and using these discount factors we have found out the present value for all the 5 years that you can see: 237, 242, 49, 256, 263, and we have got the present value of the free cash flow for the terminal period. So this is the present value. This is the present value of the free cash flow for the explicit forecast period, and this is the present value of free cash flow of the firm for the terminal period. So the enterprise value that we receive is 6584.89, or we can say simply 6584. Okay. Now, then there are a few questions which are to be answered. So, would you let us take those questions, and let me just open this PPT so that we are all on the same page. And here it is. And we are on case study number 5. And here we are. Okay, so here is the so we have computed the enterprise value. Now what it is asking is, it is asking, number one, enterprise value of the business with and without considering control premium, right? So remember, in this case what is happening, in this case the promoters are selling off 26% stake in the company, and that means what? That means the buyers are going to get a right to hold any special resolution in this company. So selling 26% is giving the controlling stock, is stake, and that is why the promoters have asked for control premium to be charged. Now, it can be done in two ways. So control premium is 5% is considered to be reasonable. That means what? That means whatever is the value coming using the discounted cash flow, over and above, you have to add 5% towards the control premium, and that is how we look at it. And let's see how do we handle this. So we have got the enterprise value, which is 6584.89. So first of all, we will need to calculate the equity value. And how do we calculate equity value? I'm sure you will remember, we discussed earlier, enterprise value minus the debt component, that will give you the equity value. In other words, enterprise value is the total of equity value plus the debt value. So if from the enterprise value, if you minus the debt amount, what you get is your equity value. So we have got the figure of enterprise value, as we all know. And what do? We minus from this enterprise value, the amount of debt. So let me just write down enterprise value is coming how much? Enterprise value is coming 6658. Right. So this is my enterprise value. So some of the explicit forecast period. So PB of terminal period, right, add surplus of non. Okay, so what we have taken this figure directly. Otherwise, what it is suggesting is you take the sum of the present value of explicit forecast period. That means what? That means we will take the figure here, and this is your sum of present value of the explicit forecast period, ये ले लिया, और उसके बाद में हमने present value of terminal period cash flow भी ले लिया, and that is 5336. Add surplus or non-operating assets. So remember, we have the non-operating assets, and how much are those non-operating assets? Uh,
200 crore.
the value of the non-operating asset, that is land, and that is how much it is, 100 crore. But the market value of that land is 200 crore,
200.
and therefore we will add here 200 crore, and this becomes the enterprise value or value of the firm, right? So is it okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have to make adjustment for the surplus assets. So yes, I'll remove it from here, and this is our enterprise value. And what I will do, I will take a total of all this, hide it. So sum of these three components. Please do not hesitate to ask me any question at any point in time. So this is the enterprise value or value of the firm. Now, how to calculate the value of equity? Value of equity is equal to enterprise value minus the value of debt. So what is the enterprise value? This is the enterprise value.
6784.8.
Very good. And what is the debt amount? I think 500 crore.
Yeah. 500
So
crore.
500 crore. So when we minus the 500 crore, this is what is our equity value. Equity value.
Yes.
And number of shares. How many is the number of shares? What is the number of shares in the given case? So yeah, it's where is the number of shares? I think on the previous page. Okay, let me see where is the number of shares. It's not here. And let's see on the page 2. So outstanding, debt, reserves and surplus. Okay, so I think the face value is given somewhere or rupee 10. I would
Yeah, it is given as 10.
try rupee 10. So that means the number of shares will be equity. Okay, equity we are trying to find out. So number of shares is given here. I think, okay. So 200 crore is the amount of the equity share capital
Equity. Yeah.
divided by 10, and that becomes your number of shares. So this is your value per share, and what I have done is I have taken it directly. So equity share are 200, face value is 10, face value is 10,
Yeah.
and number of equity shares is 200
Divided by 10.
divided by 10, so 20. So value per equity share becomes 6284
Yeah. Divided by,
divided by 10.
yeah, 10 crore shares. Yeah.
So it becomes
314.
314.24 value per
सर
equity.
200 करोड़ में तो 10 रुपया करके होने से तो 220 करोड़ होता था ना.
हाँ नहीं सर, 200 crore is the amount of share capital. 200 crore is the paid up amount of the share capital. So 200 crore is the paid up amount of the share capital, and the face value is rupees 10. So that means the number of shares that you have is 20 crore. 20 crore. So number of shares are 20 crore. Equity value is 6284.89. So you
20 से डिवाइड होगा ना.
तो हमने 20 से डिवाइड किया सर एक्चुअली.
अच्छा ठीक.
We have divided by 20 only.
10
Yeah, we have divided by 20 only. So 6284.89 divided by 20, and what you get is 314.24. Okay, very good. So this is how you will find out the equity value.